bug as well on social media. Super Eagles, they para.
They para.
Oh, Jesus. Hey.
You know, talking about social media, did you see the girls in some university in their hostel?
There are 3 hostels that I saw.
3?
3. I think at least one of them is in the north. At least one of them, ABU.
Nothing to galvanize Nigerians like football. Why can't we be like that on all occasions and remember that we're all one?
I asked the guest once, the kind of thing that we had in sports, can we transfer it to governors?
Honestly.
So that is just,
I don't think anybody remembered where they were from when they were watching that match. What states or what religion or what?
Should I also shock you? Some people tried to bring it in. Said Nwabali is an Igbo man. It's not an Igbo man.
Nwabali is a Nigerian.
Wait.
He caught the penalty kick for Nigeria.
Be calming down.
Okay, it's all right.
Someone said, okay, he's not from River, he's from River State. No. Someone said, he's from Port Harcourt. I said, okay. Another person that said, please, Port Harcourt is not a state. It's the capital of a
state.
Another person said, he's not from Port Harcourt City. He's from another town in River State.
Oh dear. He's a Nigerian.
Can we just drop this guy? You know, some very comical things that are happening, to be honest with you. Social media. I saw a video yesterday. I think it was last night. For Ghanaians. It's like Ghanaians are the ones that are at the butt of every joke. I saw a couple of guys, in Ghana, having a video log. And I was saying, hey, how is it that we're not even in this AFCON, for God's sake? How are we the butt of every joke?
Well, we last won this cup, 10 years ago? Mm-hmm. Isn't it time we won it again? They should just cut us some slack now.
Why
are they beefing us?
No, you guys are too arrogant. Every small thing you say up Nigeria.
Yes, up Nigeria.
You guys are too, your young guy is too much.
And our president, there's rumor that our president is going to watch the final live tomorrow.
I don't care who watches or who doesn't watch.
But you're not watching, Sha.
You people, I know, even if I was in that stadium, I will have my tablet with me.
Then there will be no point going to the stadium.
No,
sit in your house then.
I would rather.
Yes, sit in your house, George.
Please, be thou won the game. If you don't have the heart for palpitation,
don't watch it. It's not by force.
Enano,
Biko,
Makachoko,
Biko.
Sit down. Watch an artist of the week is a musician. So watch it, that's one. But please, let's have a conversation around the Super Eagles in AFCON 2024 with Mitchell Obi, Executive Vice Chairman, Master Sports International. He joins us virtually from Abidjan. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, bonjour, ça va?
Oui, ça peut aller mieux si on gagne demain.
That's the only grammar in this. That's the only French.
You wanted to speak French, huh? Did you understand me, Mitchell?
Yes, I was saying bonjour. Can you hear me well?
We can hear you well.
And I said, yes, we're fine and we would feel better if we won the match tomorrow.
I don't know about feeling better, but you've gotten to the end of the journey, and sometimes the journey itself can be more interesting than the destination.
All right. Let's begin this conversation, Mr. Obi. I mean, it's been quite a while. If you can, give us a history of where we are coming from as far as this particular CAF 2024 is concerned. What would be your updates? What are the things that the kind of story you want to tell about how far we have come thus far in the competition, and what are the things that brought us here, so to speak?
Simply, because if I start the story, you may not really get to find it short. Let me say here that the Super Eagles today remain the only team unbeaten in this competition.
Whoa!
And that is the strength of the Eagles as far as this competition is involved. They have made their mark, progressing from a very lukewarm start to an exciting moment to where it matters. And for all those who want to really believe in the strength of the Super Eagles, they have found their rhythm at the point that everyone is excited. And they just have to deliver on what they've done so far. And as I said, they remain the only team unbeaten so far in the competition, and there are only two teams. You have the host, they've beaten the host before, and now they have the host to really go out there and settle. So it's a moment to cherish in terms of how many people didn't give them a chance. And of course, for the coach himself, who has come under the crucible of severe criticism over time. Here was a team you didn't get to know exactly what they will give on a given day. And they are now looking like they are different. But that's the makeup of the national team, especially when it comes to tournament. They surprise, they give you the promise, and more than anything else, Nigerians get to build into their energy. And so we are looking ahead to a team that has everything to deliver. And the big question is, this is a game they can't afford to lose. Indeed, some will say they are condemned to win.
Mitchell, I think we need to actually give the team applause from what you just said, that they are the only team that have been unbeaten in the entire tournament. I would like to clap for our team. Well done, guys. But the job is not over yet. We're all agog. We're all waiting to see you all perform the magic again tomorrow. So you are there with them, Mitchell. I'm sure you've had chats with some of them. What is the spirit like in the camp now?
I don't want to use the cliche or say they are in high spirits. I want to believe that they mean business, because they came back after the game against South Africa and went straight into training in Abidjan. Today again, they have a training session, and that tells us that these boys know where they are. And for some of them, it's an opportunity of a lifetime. If they don't get it right this time, it may be very difficult, especially given the makeup of African football these days. African football defies logic. We have seen in this competition a whole chain, a catalog of upsets and surprises. And even the team that is playing in the final today was already away from the competition. You talk about the Ivorians. They virtually resurrected. They were dead, they were buried, and some say they will use resurrection power against the Super Eagles. How that will be possible, it's a matter of conjecture. But one thing is sure, we will see a family final on Sunday, because the Ivorians know that if we beat them convincingly, they will accept and take it that a superior team has done the business.
Mitchell, I listened to Osaze, who was himself a member of the Eagles a few years ago, and he was saying that African football has come of age from his assessment of this year's tournament so far. What's your comment about that?
I think he has the right appreciation of African football today. In terms of organization, we are really coming close. In terms of the facilities, I think we are there. If you look at what the Ivorians have provided, almost $1 billion to get this AFCON on, and that is no small money these days when we are talking dollars. We're talking about $1 billion to really get on this AFCON. So the facilities, yes, world class, world standard, and the competition itself, the refereeing, this is the best quality of officiating you can get. Even individuals in the Premiership and in Europe are saying, if you want to look at the best of officiating, perhaps this AFCON will be a reference. And tomorrow, You have a referee from Mauritania, of all places, handling the final, with a lady from Zambia being a second assistant referee. That is the mix. Both men and women officials will give us something to cherish. There's been very, very few complaints about the quality of officiating, and for football, that is very key. And in terms of the comfort in the stadium, they have provided us with facilities you can't ignore. And the football itself has been a spectacle all around. Indeed, I've never seen a competition in which the last 15 minutes of every game, if you are a follower of an aficionado of the game, this is the kind of time you wait for the last 15 minutes. There's always one kind of drama, even when you think you have wrapped it up.
Okay, so I like the inclusivity angle. Definitely a long time coming. But what would be your take on it's just a few, let me just say, a little over, almost 48 hours, but hey, it's still quite some distance, maybe about 36 or so hours before the next match between Nigeria and, between the final match, the Elephants of Kano. Now, what are the things that Nigeria has to do? We've come thus far. There are those who would say maybe thinly. One goal here, a draw there, 2 goal stops, and all of those things. A very slim opportunity. Thank God for a very rock-solid team in the Super Eagles, some would say. What are the things that, from your own analysis, you've been doing this for many years, that we should be watching out for? But before you go there, you've seen Nigerian football, you've seen Nigerian national teams, from the Green Eagle days to the Super Eagles days. How would you rate this team compared to any other team Nigeria ever had?
Yes, let me say it's not a novelty if we get to win the AFCON. There is nothing new about that. We've had even a Nigerian lead out the team to win. And we've had even victories both home and away. So there's really nothing novel about the victory if it comes on Sunday. But one thing is sure, this team is beginning to play the kind of football many had long wished for. And we thought the coach was not didn't have the right sense of our game. Now he's getting it right, and people are excited. For me personally, I am not particularly inspired by the absence of players who ply their trade at home not being part of this moment. We have a goalkeeper now who made his mark playing football in Nigeria before going just South Africa here for him to be recognized to come back to the national team. And that's what is missing in the mix. If we want to get our football sector viable, sustainable, we have to start looking inside. And even in terms of the coaches, it will have been totally more satisfying for me to see a Nigerian coach on that bench tomorrow, to see some players who apply their trade in Nigeria in the team. But as I say, when it comes to the best, we should provide our best. But we can find still our best from home. And that's what Wabali has shown, that if you look well, you will get to see how well you can provide a good team. In terms of analysis, we need to play the kind of game the Ivorians may not have an answer to, and that is to go all out for an attack. The strength of our attack has been perhaps what so many teams are scared of. When you have Osimhen, if you mark him out, you have a Moses Simon. If you mark Moses, you have a Lukewarm. And you can see from different parts of the country where they are coming from. And so that attack has been potent. And now we have a Terry Murphy who comes into a game and without even warming up, he takes the first critical penalty of his whole football life and scores. So there is power in that attack, and we have to use it well. In the last game, the coach made some changes that were not suiting. They caused a lot of pressure to Nigerians, and we can avoid that pressure. We don't want to see Nigerians dying because of tension. Let him avoid that pressure, because the Cote d'Ivoire team this time is not a solid team. It's not strong enough. And I think we can handle them because we have handled them before and we have the ammunition to cut them down. But then,
perhaps, God forbid, that might be an undoing because, as Sashina Peter sang in a song many years ago, that it's the soldier ants that could bring down an elephant. Well, thankfully, we are super eagles and not elephants. So, we're not ants. Yes. So that could be our undoing if we were to take it for granted, wouldn't you say?
The boys know they can't take it for granted. You are playing against the hosts. That stadium will be filled to the rafters. You are looking at a sea of heads that will be shouting only one song in yellow and white. And if you can't understand that as a football player, then you don't understand what it means to play in the final. They know what is at stake, so they can't take anything for granted. And they know if they go out there to score, they have to defend. And defend they must because they've been the best defense so far in this competition, so they can hold their own. And so all round, my big worry is in the middle of the park. We've not had the players who can really hold the ball, give the needed passes to the attackers, control the game, and that is my worry. Mitchell Obi did that excellently against Angola, but against South Africa, he was neither here nor there, and we struggled to balance that middle part of the game. In this final, it's not a case of tactics anymore. It's a matter of heart. The players must have the heart.
Thank you for that.
They must have the heart for the final.
Thank you.
Finals are very ugly. Don't expect to see a beautiful game. They are very, very ugly. I've seen so many finals. In 1984, in this same country, I was here to watch the Green Eagles, led then by Chief Adegboye Odibide in Nigeria, the first ever Nigerian to take us to a final. I hope somebody somewhere is getting his thoughts on this competition so that the spirit can be positive. Just like the NFF president is going to visit the family of one of the Nigerians here who passed on when we watch. We need all the positive spirit to get us going. And the players have also shown good empathy. They are compassionate at this stage. And I think they know what Nigerians want. Nothing short of the trophy. But I don't know who will come and carry the trophy. We are told that the president will be coming to carry the trophy. That would be good. So they wouldn't even need to present it to him in Aso Rock if he's coming here.
So he's coming to collect it himself.
Mitchell.
Interesting. Well, Mr. Obi, just one or two other things to take you up on. Do you see the promises being made to the footballers as a distraction? There are those who say that, look, this guy, no one should make them any promises. Just let them play and then you can give them whatever it is that you want to give them at the end of the day. That it is only natural that when you do something for your nation, automatically your nation rewards you. Do you see any value, positive value in the footballers being made promises to, which do you see it being distracting for them?
A promise is nothing until it is delivered. And I think that no matter how much you promise these players, it never gets to work. They don't, when you get on that pitch, it's not about money you're thinking about. You're thinking about the game itself. So, yeah it's good to give them the kind of comfort of the mind that, look, for what they are doing and what they will gain after doing what they are supposed to do, there is a fitting reward. Of course, that comes even with the business. For winning the Nations Cup alone, the players know that they can get to share $7 million. You don't even need to make any promise more than that. Look, there's this money waiting for you. As a country, we must also remember where these players are coming from, and we must reward them, because when it comes to their welfare, we don't have sufficient ornaments on the ground to really make their welfare worthwhile. We've seen so many of our ex-internationals get into a level which are not really, really comforting. So we believe that any promise that is made should be delivered, and of course, it may be a distraction in terms of how it gets there, but these are professionals. They play for the money. The money is the name of the game.
Yeah. So, Mitchell, what would you say to those who were crying for Peseiro's head before this tournament started?
Yeah, I'll tell Peseiro to clap for them because they helped him to forge a winning direction. Many Nigerians were beginning to see a crab-like eagles. They were of no shape. You couldn't get to say this is what they will give. But now we are beginning to see a team. I know, Arello, you can even pronounce the names of the players now. That's what we are saying. When you start building a team, you know, you can say defense, Ekong, Ajayi, Aina. You know, this is what Nigerians were used to in the past. In 1980, you could reel out the names of all those who played. In 2013, you could do that. In 1994, you could do that. So when you have a team, everybody who is part of that team enjoys the light, the light that comes from the star nature of their showing.
Absolutely.
So I want to be excited that Peseiro has learned his lesson, even though I don't think he will stay. I don't think he will stay.
Well, that's another conversation. That's another conversation altogether. Maybe get into a room with the president. Maybe some things will change. I don't know. But please don't comment on that for now. We can only wish our Super Eagles the best. Thank you so much for being a part of our conversation this morning. Mitchell Obi is Executive Vice Chairman, Master Sports International Limited. Thank you and all the best. Do keep safe, please.
Okay.
Let there be
no tension, so that we don't have any grieving time ahead.
Amen. Amen to that.
Our regards to the team, and do let them know that the whole of Nigeria is behind them.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So, next item is about music. And music is one of those things that powers sports. But guess what? This is not about music for sports. It's about music for children. That's Up on Lifestyle when we return.